Hello and welcome back to my GTNH playthrough, and I swear every time I click start I get a power failure. That's funny, but I don't know what this guy's problem is. Has problems. That's what its problem is. Unless the battery's out. No, the battery's fine, so yeah, it's just problems. I see other power fails popping up, so it kind of has me a little concerned. Where was that? Oh, there it is. Oh, it was when my fusion failed. Interesting. So I did actually get on to what I did today. So it's interesting that was this one. This one definitely normally keeps up. This top ring is the one that does my Europum. Yeah, you get on. Wonder if this guy just pulls too much power. So this was one of the things I got going today was molten duranium. It took me a while to remember why I had made this third ring in the first place, because when I was looking through, I could only find a tier 2 recipe that I wanted to do, or basically a fusion Mark II recipe, but it was that duranium. It's not really too important, so I guess I can go for it now. So I put a it's technically the real recipe, but there's no way I can actually craft this thing at the moment, this gravity chest plate. But if you look, I basically went through and cleaned up all the random recipes I was missing to be able to get to that point. And so this molten tritanium specifically needs the Mark II fusion reactor, which I knew that I wouldn't be able to craft this thing yet, but I kind of wanted to get it to the point that I was just needing this. And then this quantum chest piece I actually could technically craft. So if I do this, it's going to look a little goofy because it's got these nano mainframes missing, because as you can probably see, I have messed around with my crystal circuits today. But specifically this quantum parts chest plate, this is literally just some iridium and the nano outfit, which I am going to craft a whole new one because I don't want to have like a weird period of time in between while I'm waiting for crafts, even though it's only a few minutes to wait for new stuff to craft while these go away. So I'm gonna get all the recipes in here to craft all these all the way up into their quantum forms. Plus it'll be better too, because I do want to get like the Comet quantum boots, for example, which I had thought about doing the quantum nanosuit boots, and I still might do them. I just have to get into Botania a little bit, which I have never done anything with Botania. I don't know anything about it. I haven't started it at all besides getting living wood specifically so I could get frenzy flames way back in EV. But so that was just kind of something I couldn't really decide what I wanted to do with the second half of the day because I didn't have as much time. So I just literally just started knocking this out just to see really where I was at and get it to the point that as soon as I have the Mark II reactor, I'm good to go. Which the Mark II reactor is probably what I'm going to push straight forward to. Looking at it, it doesn't really seem like it has much going on that I can't do. This is the Mark I, Mark II. Like I've already set up this recipe and data thing to get these field generator down here, including all this stuff, like everything down here I can do. So I might, I don't know. I think I don't know how much time I'll have to play this weekend. It looks like it's going to be beautiful out, so I might not play that much. But if I do, they'll basically try to be streamlining towards the Mark II to then immediately turn over and get the quantum armor. So maybe I'll have a shiny suit of white armor when I come back on Monday. But alright, so that's basically normally the stuff I do at the end, is talk about what I'm going to do next. But let's actually talk about what I did today. So a very small thing was I did put my platinum bee over here. Why is that failing? That should not be. I'm going to mess around with that. That should not. These don't draw that much power when they're running, so there's really no reason for this not to be keeping up unless this duranium one is like actively taking that much charge. Let's see. It is. I guess it really is, huh? Okay. That'll be a easy fix. Basically, the way I have it running now, because these two definitely do not use a lot of power when they're running, is they're all literally connected with the same cable. I'll just run separate cable branches out of this battery to probably just one separate one to this bottom ring, because these two can definitely run at the same time. I've done it quite a bit, because the size of the recipes I have going in there take like 16 hours to craft, so it's just, I'll fix that later though, obviously. But anyways, for over here, the only thing I really did was I put the platinum bee in here. Then I'm not sure if I showed it yesterday, but I did finish this one out, so I got iridium processing over here. And then I even, just to speed up the platinum, because platinum seems like it's going to be my next bottleneck, is I threw the platinum processing into this mega just to speed it up. And then for that platinum processing, is there a power? Okay, no, it's just that one. Like, caught my eye weird. I did throw my platinum concentrate processing over into this mega, which is what I had moved the iridium over to as well. So let's see where we're actually at, because it's been a couple hours. So not great, but depends on, actually we're doing pretty good for platinum. I mean, it's very low, but I can tell you we got, these guys are all the crystal ones, and I'm going to get to it in a second, but long story short, I did get all these set up today, and then they are also on the level maintainers now. So that's what but part of their processing, like, they require platinum, so that's where I noticed the bottleneck earlier. And as you can see, I've got I wonder what I have this set to. That's crazy. 252 LUV. 100. Oh, you know what? That is what I have. I think I have it set to 256, and then 500 of these guys, because I was near the end of my LUV stuff, constantly waiting on circuits. Speaking of constantly waiting on, another minor change till I build the PCB factory was I did move my circuit boards right here. I moved these circuit boards over, as well as the base for it over to these megas to speed them up, because the way it was going, it was for like the epoxid one, for example, is 15 seconds for one. Now they're like lightning fast when you watch it craft. It doesn't even stay on long enough to do multiple to like really catch what's going on. So little speed improvements there. But the big meat and potatoes of what I did today was down in this room. So on this side, I did set up the 4 circuit reactors, or circuit assembly lines, excuse me. These guys were actually really straightforward to set up. I will say I did not follow the wiki's description of how to do it, because if you look at the wiki, it has stocking input buses, and then a stocking input hatch, and then you only need 1 wire apparently if you do it that way from the looks of it. I guess if they're adjacent, they power each other. I don't know. I didn't end up going that route. I basically set these guys up the same way I set up the regular assembly lines, because mainly I was going to try to follow the wiki's way just to try, a different approach, see if I liked it more. But the stocking input hatch for some reason is stocking input hatch. When you look at it, I had to double check, and then I even went on to the Discord to see if I was going crazy. But this thing is a UV recipe, which feels crazy to me. But so I did not go that approach. I'll try setting up some circle lines later using that approach. I guess you could technically do like a mix of the two, if just from the way it looked like it works. But yeah, in this approach, it's just the same as the circuit or the regular assembly lines, where there's just an input all the way down. Starts with the highest and descends in order of priority. Same with, in this case, it only has 1 liquid, so I didn't mess with the priority. But if I had like 2 liquids for the circuit for whatever reason, I would just priority 2, priority 1, boom, boom, boom. And then I did set up the 4 crystal ones in here. A real minor point, if you're going to do this yourself, I tried to run the crystal recipes in here because you do, basically the way these work is if you look at the front of it, it says running mode imprinted with crystal processor. So you do have to do a circuit imprint And to do the circuit imprint, you need at least one of the circuit to be able to run these in the assembly line mode. And I tried running the recipe over here because it is an LUV circuit assembler. It would not work. I have no idea why. I tried a bunch of different ways. You can even look down here. I tried doing these two separated. I tried doing the first slice. Maybe there was something weird going on. I don't know. It just wouldn't fire. So what I ultimately did was I just crafted a circuit assembler. Although I was a little butthurt because I had crafted an LUV circuit assembler a while ago, but I don't know where I put it. I have lost the said circuit assembler, and you can look, it's all the way back here to do the thing. I definitely did not do all these other quests today. This quest's been done for a while, so I had to craft another one, and then I threw that in the clean room, and then I crafted each one of these 4, and then used these imprints to make to finish setting these guys up. Then the other thing I did, and there's definitely been a speed improvement to the base because I was waiting forever before on assembly lines, which if I wasn't short on platinum, I would have more of this stuff set up, but that I kind of had to calm myself down because all my platinum was gone. But I basically started setting up more assembly lines. These ones are just to try to help speed up everything overall. So I did one for motors, pistons, pumps, and robot arms, and then I'm gonna have the other components as well, but those ones are the main ones I use right off the bat, and then everything else for the moment until as I build more will just be over here in the main big guy. Also, I mentioned yesterday power issues for this guy. I did have to do swapping to 2 batteries instead of 1 battery for it worked. I don't know why it worked just fine when they were IV and not for LUV, but whatever. Putting 2 batteries here fixed the issues I was having. And so far, I haven't done any crazy crafts, but this area does seem to keep up even though it's all on 1 wire. And then I'm just, again, doing the same setup down here. We got input buses, input hatches. These are all the ULV ones, so you can only fit 1 item in. And just same thing all the way across. If you have a keen eye, you might have noticed I also set up my ZPM ones. I did go through and already grab all the data sticks for all the ZPM stuff, the tier 3 water, the Mark II fusion, which I didn't actually drop in there yet. It's over here. I'll just move this guy over because I'm going to want him over here soon. So I feel like I'm setting myself up pretty strong for ZPM. We'll see, though. I've never been anywhere close to this part of the game before, so who knows what'll kind of curveball me here in a minute. But, yeah, that was basically it for today. It's not... it's only a few multi-blocks, but honestly, this was a lot of time just to get it all crafted and kind of, shore up everything, figure out... I didn't spend too long trying to figure out the crystal circuits, but I just, screw it. Go make the single block and not waste more time on it. Getting these all set up, but this already feels way faster. The only extra step, like I said, you have to make the imprints, which is pretty straightforward. They have a cutting machine up by my main central area that's not hooked to the network because all it is for imprints, so there's no reason to hook it up. And then you have to make the bundles. So if we were to look, bundle wraps, excuse me. So now I've got these, which these are all circuit 16 circuit assembly recipes. So yeah, it's basically what I got done today. For the weekend, I kind of went over that, just a few other random tidbits. I kind of want to build a second one of these, or really 2 more, because this one is just running in assembly mode. I kind of want to build another one just for all my level maintaining stuff, so that I have a kind of like I was doing for my actual assemblers. I might just try the assembly multi-block though. I haven't looked at what that one is. I want to build the BCV factory, just to speed things up, and then I also want to build the void miner, which feel like I'm pretty close to being able to do void miner. tier 3, tier 1. So, but to get this tier 1, so I have a ton of neon already. I took care of that because I got the neon B. You also get it as a byproduct for the netherite line, it seems. I forgot that was a thing because I threw it into a cell over there and then just didn't think about it. So I actually have a ton of neon. And then all these parts are fine. This netherite frame box, I need to boost my netherite production. I know I'm going to need to do that. And then this ore drilling plant, like I said, I've got these all set up, so technically speaking, all of this is fine. This mysterious crystal, though, there is a B. So I have a few, I did enough mysterious crystal shards to complete the quest, but I actually set myself up. If we look in here, I've got an emerald and a Enquadius. These two will breed into a mystery crystal. When I left, actually, let's see if it ended up crafting mysterious crystal block. This is all I was waiting on. I'm gonna go craft the mysterious crystal bee because it has a bee for it, so I'm just gonna get it over with and be breeding so much faster now. Just to have that. I don't even know how much of it we'll end up using, but yeah, those are kind of the things I'm gonna work on this weekend and Monday, and yeah, I'm pretty excited to crack into ZPM. I did not actually. What I should have done, because I think I can just craft it really fast. Here, let's see. If we go, let's make a pattern. ZPM machine hall. Boom, 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 boom. Throw this over here to the molecular. Yeah, you can see I was throwing a bunch of stuff in here for the gravity things. Go ZPM machine casing, machine hall. Boom. Oh, yeah. So, yes. With all that, and going into the weekend, I can officially say we're not in ZPM, but we have definitely cracked into ZPM. So, I am really excited to be unlocking the next chapter. So, yeah, I hope everybody has a good weekend and a good Halloween. I'm gonna get ready to start handing out some candy here in a minute, and we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.